Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. We're almost there, almost at the end of the day. So thanks for staying. So I'm Mathias. I'll tell you more about how digital twin empowered by BIM can support our energy transition today and tomorrow and the upcoming weeks. But first of all, I would like to tell you more about Neanex. I'm working for Neanex and what we do at Neanex. With Neanex, we're actually construction technology for asset owners and builders. And we have a data platform for operational excellence and sustainability in the ICO industry. Neanex developed a platform, the Neanex platform, the portal, before known as the Neanex portal. We rebranded it a few weeks ago, actually, to Fundament. So that's our brand new place to call it as well. So you can always visit us at fundament.com. And as mentioned before in other presentations this morning, we were, as Neanex, we were participating in DigiChecks and Sphere. So that's who we are. The first thing I want to mention again, like this morning, is that we're part of DigiChecks. What is DigiChecks? It's a permitting process in construction projects that need to be create a framework for it. We want to a more streamlined approach, like my colleagues of the consortium explained this morning, and we want actually an integrated and interoperable approach. Neanex, within the DigiChecks project, we are focusing actually on interoperability and the semantic model of the framework itself. And we also share our knowledge and expertise of linked data and how to apply ontologies and linked data on construction projects. That's something we do with our own Fundament our own Fundament product. And next to that, we also share our knowledge and expertise about Fundament that was used on the Sphere project as a digital asset register to combine all relevant and most important information about certain assets. Something that it is already known and mentioned a lot today is that we have different challenges and that information is scattered into tools and teams and data formats. So as you see here, an asset exists, or a physical asset. There are always several stages, life cycle stages of a physical asset. You have the concept phase, the design phase, the construction phase, and the operation and maintenance phase. Within all these different phases, everyone needs other information, need to add information, consult information, exchange information about certain things. And everyone, all those different stakeholders that you see, they're all using different tools for that, to do that. So in a lot of cases, it's very document driven, or that they use several tools to add information or structure information and so on. And because of that, information gets stuck into teams and tools, and actually what happens is that at the end, in operation and maintenance, data is not available anymore for the people who need to maintain the physical asset for 20 or 30 years. That's way longer than the few years that it is getting built or designed. So the challenges today are interoperability, something that everyone mentioned today, data migration and re-engineering. In a lot of cases, one phase is over, you just throw some data to someone else and you have to re-engineer all the data, so that costs a lot of time. So there is a lot of time of data mapping, very error prone, and a lot of data get lost. So the risks of scattered information are also that 30% of project staff get lost because everyone is looking for information that they're not finding. 50% of the relevant information is already lost before the asset is becoming operational. So that's huge. There's a lot of information that's just lost before operating the assets for 20 or 30 years. And 90% says that companies claim to be locked into legacy systems, meaning that it's very hard to reuse information that is stored in several legacy systems. Another thing that can happen based on bad maintenance and maybe because of information is lacking, we don't have information, is these kind of things. And that's something we, of course, all want to avoid, that's our critical assets. They need to be maintained in a good way and a sufficient way so that the data for these assets need to be available for everyone who needs to maintain it. In order to do that, we have developed our digital twin solution for critical asset data called Fundament. It's a web-based application with the 3D visualization, of course, and we want to lower the cost in operations by gathering all the relevant information in the beginning of the design and in the construction, of course, and make it possible to hand over that information. We want to speed up delivery by applying all kind of standards. You can really speed up gathering information and speed up the delivery at an end of a certain life cycle. And we want to get the control back. Basically, we all want to do it by multiple application use of independent and reusable data, meaning that we don't want to replace other tools. We just want to use the existing tools and connect all the information that is relevant and making it reusable for other tools. We want to centralize info, and that's something we want to do via centralized information collection, and based, of course, as well on linked data standards and W3C, as mentioned before as well. And then we always, with Fundament, we always, using the three main principles, we always want to combine information, enrich, and hand over information. That's very important. Combining is we connecting information that is available, that exists, and we making it open to reuse. Of course, it can be existing asset information. Another source is the 3D CAD model or the BIM model that is integrated within our solution. And then we have, for instance, contract requirements or field applications, inspection tools that always have very important information, but we only want the most relevant information. You want to gather it for the end for people from maintenance who can use it and reuse it in operations as well. The second step is enriching information, meaning it can be, you can add or enhance existing data, just change data, fill out requirements and so on. But you can also apply domain standards, ontologies, and ETLs within our solution. So you can structure your data so that you can reuse the data. And if you do it for all your projects in the same and structured way, you have a better understanding of all your assets across everything you own as an asset owner. And the last part is the handover. Really important for us. By structuring the data, you want to make it possible to reuse the data that is available, and not only for the handover, but also for integrations with other tools, for maintenance purposes, with the maintenance tool, for digital twin smart building services. So kind of being a hook, so you can easily integrate with those smart building services. Again, we don't want to replace those the digital twin and smart building services. We give them the tools or the static information that they can reuse for enable, and so that they can enable their smart building services.
There's 1 minute left.
1 minute left. Oh, that's going fast. So the critical assets in the energy market, what we see actually in Europe and the world is that the challenge of keeping up with delivering physical assets and infrastructure to support the fast energy transition is very huge. A lot of investments are done worldwide to reach net zero CO2 emission by 2050. So a lot of physical as assets need to be need to be operational. And what do we do, for instance, with Tenet in the Netherlands, the grid operator? We ensure faster delivery by contract compliance and maintenance power stations. So information can be easily transferred from the owner to the contractor and the other way around. Another thing that we see is that we save time for design in operations. You want to get operational information into your design and make that available as well. For instance, in offshore installations, you want to include information for operations and for maintenance as well into your design network, and that's something that saves a lot of time for them afterwards for operating. If you have the good information, the right information to operate afterwards, you should know it in upfront. And this is also the tenant data delivery and quality that we provide within Fundament, is that you kind of always have the model, the 3D model data that you can include and combine in Fundament. You can communicate around all the information that is available. The contractor can communicate with the asset owner, and of course, the object types or an object type library can be applied. Based on that, you can also have better understanding of all the information that is available. So integration with BI dashboards. Again, we're not replacing BI tools. We're just hooking into existing tools so that you can manage your own dashboards and look at the things that are still required. I want to end with this slide and to show you what customers we have today and what we actually also having is this one platform, many solutions, meaning that we're not only operating in the energy market, but we're doing some similar things for infrastructure and buildings. Thank you for your attention.